And we're back. Alright, last time we recovered the race of Spain at Jerez, and we won that one pretty handily. So, yeah, now we have a 65 points lead on the second drive, which I believe should be, I have the standings in front of me, and second place Sofia. And today we're gonna face another race that we had to I had to reschedule, that being the race of Hungary. Now, if I remember correctly, when I did the first race I did win, so yeah, I feel pretty confident about this one. So yeah, I guess let's not waste any more time and let's get on with the show, shall we? And we are starting in second. And it's one light, two lights, 3, 4, 5. And we're off to Budapest. Here comes Serge. Oh, he's gonna go for the lead. It's gonna be 3 wide potentially to turn 1. And we take the lead. And there we go. Noel is second, Serge is in third. We are leading now. Christian is in third. He overtook his teammate. Okay. 35 laps ahead of us. Okay. Nice through here. Okay. The famous corner that I always hate, no matter the game, because I never get it right. Yay, okay. And there we go. And that was lap number 1. Actually don't have that many topics to talk about in this video, other than, well, I just posted the new Sacred Stones video for the first time since stopping that playthrough all the way back in apparently August. Was the last video, was the last Sacred Stones video, of course with the intention of finishing it, because and I guess I'm pretty sure you're tired of me saying it all the time, I want to finish as many projects as I possibly can before going to Korea. So yeah. But yeah, for the road before FAS, we have reached the races in Asia and the Middle East, which effectively means that we are reaching the end of it. The RS is now enabled. Ooh, Ryan now is in fourth. Okay. Nice through here. There we go. No, okay, a bit too wide.
There's not much between you and the car behind. Just 2 seconds.
Okay. Hey, calm your tits. Yeah, I actually have no topic. I mean, I guess I kind of have a topic, that being talking about the Brazilian MotoGP race, the first ever MotoGP race in Brazil since 2004. And Bezzecchi won. It was basically an Aprilia. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not Aprilia 1-2, but it was basically Aprilia's day because Bezzecchi won and Martin finished on the podium. I believe he finished third. I believe. Of course, a year since the crash that effectively ended up destroying, killed his 2025 campaign before it even started. Of course, Bagnaia crashed out, and of course the biggest news of the weekend for MotoGP, that big fucking hole that opened up on track. And the reason why, the riders decided to race there is purely because the hole was outside of the was nowhere near the ideal line, so that was basically the reason why they decided to race anyway. But yeah, now I know that a hole forming on the track is like a colossal fuck up, but at the same time, well, no, actually, there's no silver lining. It's just a colossal fuck up, and well, no, actually, no. I guess it kind of is a silver lining because, well, if you don't know the story, the track was abandoned up until like a few years ago. The track had been completely abandoned. Nobody cared for it. And then, of course, got repaved and basically saved from falling into disrepair. No, you already fallen into disrepair. What I meant was falling into complete obscurity. And this big ass hole, yeah, not a good look for the track. Although considering that the last rounds of new MotoGP races haven't been good, well, not the haven't been good. Let's just say they haven't been blessed with good luck in at this point, they're never going to race in Kazakhstan. Then what? The Indy Grand Prix, they only did one race and then they left as soon as they realized. Yeah, there was a reason why, well, not only that, but also because the MotoGP riders, not only MotoGP riders had to deal with the same bullshit that caused Formula 1 to get out of there, you know, tax and stuff, but also they had to face the little problem of this track not being used for any kind of international competition since Formula 1 left. So, a track with some serious need of upgrading everywhere. And of course, MotoGP decided, you know what? No, we're not gonna do that anymore. So, see ya, fuckers. And then, of course, the whole circuit of Wales, which never happened.
Rosberg's 5 seconds behind you. 5 seconds behind.
I mean, right now, the only tracks that have had any kind of luck with nothing going wrong is Balton. Which, yeah. Or at least the first attempt, they tried to go back to this was actually, no. This was the second attempt of the Balton ring is, no, Balton Park I think it's called now? I don't know. Basically the track in Hungary that they race at was the second attempt at getting MotoGP back in Hungary, because the first one was the Balton ring, if you remember, and that never happened. Which was replaced by Aragon, so yeah. But for these purposes, MotoGP hasn't had the best of luck in terms of new venues in most cases. But compared to, you know, all that nonsense, I guess the hole at Curitiba is... no, Guyana, sorry. Guyana, not Curitiba. Guyana is like the least of the worries. Actually, that's the least... not the least of the worries. The least problematic thing about it. But yeah, so yeah, that was the Brazilian MotoGP Grand Prix. The Brazilian Motorcycle Grand Prix. I know, but yeah.
The guys have run the numbers, and we calculate that Rosberg will be pitting within the next 2 laps.
When we're supposed to pit on lap 10, and Jesus, there's already shot. Fuck. But
Increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second per lap.
okay, 7 seconds almost, basically. And yeah, I still haven't checked out the Xfinity or the O'Reilly Series and truck races for NASCAR yet. So sorry for that. And but this week will be the Japanese Grand Prix. I know at least that one. And let's see if this time Ferrari can actually put up a fight. I mean, they're putting up they're already putting up a fight. Right now they're the second best team, but let's see if the Ferrari is going to put even more of a fight and actually compete for the and actually see Leclerc and Hamilton fight for the win. But yeah, in the meantime... Oh, and speaking of NASCAR, if you remember NASCAR Nexus, the thing I'd done a little while ago, the creator of the card set of NASCAR Nexus made a Discord server, and I asked him if he could do a artwork of the character that we're going to use for the, I guess, part 2 of NASCAR Nexus, that being NASCAR Velocity, which is the one based off of the O'Reilly series. And this morning he did just that, so thanks for that, Sprayer, or 129 MyTube. But of course that's very likely going to happen after I go back from Korea. as many other things as basically a bulk of my projects that are gonna be after I come back from Korea. Now I even asked them for the portraits of the guy that for the character I'm gonna use for the trucks, but I'm not gonna rush him. I'm just going to keep it. I'm just going to not put any pressure on him. Just keep myself calm, and do it once I can do it. So yeah, ask him once I'm ready to actually do that. So yeah. In the meantime, somebody already DNF'd. Not already DNF'd. It's been already 10 laps. Somebody DNF'd. Oh, come on. Okay. Almost 10 seconds already. I should probably just put the whole thing on lean mix. There we go. Okay, time for... we're reaching the pits. And into the pits we go on lap 10. Alright. Whew. And okay, Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari are ready. So is McLaren. And Surge continues on. So is Al, Adrian, Adrian and Linda. Okay. Still going to. Okay. Actually, no, there is something to talk about, and that is the fact, and that is that.
It looks like the car ahead is trying to create a gap. He's running full revs, maximum power.
There's a Xbox show in 2 days, to which, of course, I wasn't aware of it until I read about it. And, well, in all fairness, I don't really care about that. But I actually had a bit of a conversation with some people I know, asking if maybe there's going to be something in relation to the Persona 4 remake, to which we pretty much said that no, that ain't happening. Right, we were commentating on a Twitter post asking of... No, it was actually, no, it was a Twitter post. It was a YouTube poll, I believe. There we go. That asked if okay, asking if you believe there's going to be any news about the Persona 4 remake on that, and we all agree that that's not happening. There is, it's definitely not going to be a thing. Okay. Which is sad to think about that we still have no news about Persona 4 other than that we still have no news about the Persona 4 remake, despite the fact that this year is the 30th anniversary of the franchise. Okay. This year is the 30th anniversary of the franchise, and we got absolutely nothing. Nothing of substance except your new merch and artwork. But guess what? Some people, as we said here, some people take that and just clean their ass with it. They use it as toilet paper. Although I also believe it's also said in the in the Anglo-Saxon world, but I know but
Fuel management has been excellent this race. Great.
but I genuinely never heard any American or even any British guy saying that. It was I only heard Italian people say it, which for the ones who don't know what that means, they basically mean you shouldn't even talk about it because it's pretty easy to tell. It means that something is so worthless that it might as well be used for. The only use it has is as toilet paper, which, as I stated, yeah, the merchandise and artworks for the Persona anniversary is cool and all, but it's absolutely nothing of substance. Which, again, kind of gives ground to the theory that said to this theory that short reveal teaser that they made for the Persona 4 remake was made purely because Joe Lowenthal accidentally revealed that a Persona 4 remake exists. Of course, Joe Lowenthal being the original voice actor of Yosuke. And yeah, definitely, I'm betting that is gonna be that the P4 is that the character's gonna get recasted. I mean, they did it with Persona 3. Very likely they're gonna do it for Persona 4. And yeah. But still, the fact we still have no news about it, yeah, it probably definitely shows that there's still absolutely goddamn nothing about that game, which, again, I know, we're at the end of March, and there's still plenty of time for them to say anything in relation to Persona 4 Remake, but I don't know. I mean, December, time flies pretty fast, even if you don't realize it, so chances are we might legitimately hear nothing.
Have some spare fuel. You should consider turning up the engine for a few laps.
Okay. Chances are we must wait the whole anniversary celebrations go through, and we still have no news about, let alone about the Persona 4 Remake, let alone any news about Persona 6. So, yeah. And speaking of games that still haven't, that we haven't heard anything about in a very good while, well, although that's a good thing on my case, of course, news about Fire Emblem Fortress Weave. Of course, I say this because I think I made it pretty clear that I do not like the idea of a third Three Houses game. But yeah, I'm not gonna reiterate that that whole spiel again. So I guess I should be. So the other thing I can say is I'm glad that there's still no news about it, because I really don't want to hear people already calling it like, more people calling it the second coming of Jesus Christ. I mean, people were already calling it with the teaser trailer shown at the direct, I believe in November it was. But yeah, purely because it went back to Three Houses. So yeah, the less they talk about it, the better for me. As for news that people might actually care for, turns out Formula 1 kind of leaked the official logo for the 2026 DLC. Because what happened is that they gave cards to the drivers to see their ratings for the My Team ratings for 2026 DLC. And there is the logo of the DLC at the bottom left corner of the card, as well as the back. And rather than calling it like F126, they just called it F125 2026 season. I believe they just went for an extended title. And of course, as I stated yesterday, I'm definitely going to do... Well, I hope they actually can do career mode on the DLC. But all the stuff that I actually want to cover, like, of course, the 2026 DLC, Breaking Point 3, and the F1 and the potential series with the F1 World Car, yeah, that's going to happen after the DLC drops. So, which at this point, I'm going to assume it's going to be relatively soon, or at least the announcement is going to be relatively soon, since they already handed the, as I stated, they've handed drivers their rating cards. I doubt that we're going to see Madrid. I hope they do, but I doubt it. Especially now that they're focusing on the 2027 game. But if they replace it with something that we haven't seen yet in Formula 1 games. Like, for example, I don't know, like the Nürburgring, I guess. One of the tracks from at least one of the tracks from the 2020 season. But at this point, that's just me being way too optimistic about this sort of stuff, so yeah. But yeah, in the meantime, we're a couple of laps away from our second stop. And looks like we're going to win this. Really, shut up, shut up, shut up, don't do anything, don't say anything stupid. But, anyway, tomorrow is going to be the race of Austria. And after that, it's all races in Asia until the final two ones, which are at Portugal and Valencia, the race of Europe. So yeah, this thing is about to get wrapped up as well. Maybe no, okay, no, definitely not next week, this week, but potentially wrapping it up next week. But yeah, okay. Absolutely nobody behind me except the lap cars.
According to our estimates, Vettel should be stopping for tyres in 3 laps' time.
Okay. Hey, all right. Chicane. Okay.
There's a 15-second gap between you and the car behind.
Okay. Okay, we're pretty fast in the second sector, but just completely falls apart on sector 2 and 3. Hey! Okay. Okay, what's that? Oh, it's an Audi. I'm going to assume it's, Rickard? No, actually, no, not Rickard, yeah, sure, let's go with Rickard. I'm not gonna change my, well, as soon as you actually get there before I have to pit. I doubt it, but might as well find out.
Slower traffic ahead. Be careful when overtaking. They should let you through.
And who is it going to be? It is Eli. Yeah. Okay. That's Eli.
You've currently got a 15-second gap between you and the car behind.
Okay, stop number 2.
Pit in this lap. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Some more lap cars. The other one should be Kokoro's Toyota. Yeah, should be Kokoro's Toyota. Okay. And I believe that's going to be like the last car. Of course, then we got both Andretti's right after Kokoro, but definitely won't be able to catch them before having to pit. Okay, no, never mind. Oh, no, that's a Renault. That's not a Andretti.
You need to pit in this lap.
Okay, no, it's okay. It was it's Renault, Andretti, and then Renault. I see now. Yeah. But in any case, into the pits we go. Oh yeah, true.
15 seconds between you
When's
and the
the Mega Man DLC for Crossword coming out again? I believe it was in today's time. Let me check real quick. Sonic Mega Man. I believe it's. Oh no, it's tomorrow. Okay, never mind. It's tomorrow.
Release.
It's the Mega Man pack is tomorrow. The first crossover DLC of Wave 2, I guess. And yes, I know. I also have the I know also. Well, I didn't promise, but I want to do Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
Running full revs, maximum power.
And honestly, I have no idea when to do it. But I
Has the lead.
want to do that game because yeah, that game is generally a lot of fun. Of course, I gotta compare to Mario Kart World and Mario Kart World. Mario Kart Tour is the mobile game, because of course I still don't own a Switch 2, and also I don't have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe since it's still on the Switch 1, so I cannot make a comparison. But right now I like
Go for the overtake.
Batman right now, so I guess I can give it a actual proper opinion, because of course I only have one of the two games. DLC? Nah, DLC. Wow, okay. DRS. Alex, what the fuck is wrong with you? Wait, did you already make your stop? I think I'm gonna go on Reach Mix. Might as well. And we're catching up to Noel. Let's see if I can actually... better contact, more contact. Let's try and do it cleanly for once.
Okay, you have to pass him. You have to pass him.
Can I do it before she dives into the pits? Nope. And is she going to dive into the pits? No, she's not. Okay, that's good. We have DRS. So we actually make an overtake in this goddamn race. Rich makes DRS wide open. And unfortunately Noel has
Tires warm. Keep warming the tires.
no chances of keeping the positions. We are back into the lead. Of course,
Telemetry is showing your engine temperature's dropping. Good work.
with DRS, we carried DRS, but there we go. Into the lead, and the Gray is in third. I'm going to assume he also is running on hard tires. Okay. Hey, alright then. But apparently we are on pace for a fast lap. Apparently. I don't know if that's gonna be true, but we're going to see in a few moments. And well, I guess that's gone as Noel dives into the pits and okay, never mind. It wasn't anyway, it was a fast lap race anyway.
Rosberg has just had the option tyres fitted to his car. Looks like he's going for a short next stint.
Now let's see if the order...
You're driving as well as I've ever seen. This is exactly what we need until the end.
Okay, Adrian is in second, and I'm going to assume is on the pits. Through goes Eli. Eee, okay. All right. More lap cars coming right up. And it's going to be 10 laps to go. There we go. 10 to go. Adrian is still in third, although, again, something tells me that he is in the pits. So he should be, what, friend? Yeah, there we go. So it's Aston Martin and Red Bull for the podium. And of course that's absolutely good news for me, which means we're getting ever so closer to the title. All right. And this, of course, is the point where I completely ran out of topics to talk about. Well, I guess I could potentially talk about the Game Awards, but in all fairness, I don't know. Well, I kind of actually do have some awards that I have 100%. There are pretty much dead giveaways already. Of course, best sports game. It's gotta go to Forza Horizon 6. Because of course it's the game that it's the casual racing game. It's the racing game for casuals. Of course, if the I'm still expecting GTA 6 to sweep a lot of awards, assuming it doesn't get delayed. Then for best adaptation, I mean, right now there's only the right now there's Fallout this season 2 of Fallout of the Fallout show, but of course there's still the Mario Galaxy movie. Sonic 4 is going to be in 2020. The Sonic 4 movie is going to be in 2027, so that's confirmed. It was confirmed by Paramount, so that's not going to be for at least another year. Then what for best fighting game? I got there's absolutely nothing right now. So at least nothing that I am aware of. So we're gonna skip that one for best fighting game. For best indie. Oh god. What's an indie game that's just blown up recently? I actually can think of one. My mind is completely blank. I don't know an indie game that has seriously blown up to the point to be a GOTY contender. For same thing for best RPG. Well, best RPG. I mean, right now, no, actually no. Sky First will get released last year, so never mind. So still nothing for RPGs as far as I know. Maybe maybe Crimson Desert could be potentially seen as I could potentially see winning some awards. I don't know which ones, but I could see it win some awards. Fuck. Then what? What? I guess best tactical game. Of course, if nothing goes wrong, it should go to Fortune's Weave, purely because of the hype purely because of the Free Houses hype. Then what? I keep forgetting Metaphors like fucking 2 years ago. Right, weird to think the Metaphor is already 2 weeks old. 2 years old. But yeah, generally I am a blank for everything else. As for everything else, I am a complete blank. Again, I fully expect GTA 6 to win a bunch of awards. Other than Game of the Year, I could potentially see it win Best Direction, Best Narrative, potentially even Best Performance. But yeah, I mean, right now the only certainty is if GTA 6 isn't delayed, it's going to pretty much dominate the evening. As we go past Madison. But yeah, no, fast lap of the race, by the way. Actually, I don't know if I'll be able to say it, but these days I've been watching some of Big Games tier list videos. The guy used to do Geometry Dash videos. Now he mostly does videos related to creepypastas. And one type of video he has been doing is making a tier list of the recreations of Lost Episode creepypastas. Or Lost Media creepypastas. Like for example, Squidward's life on installation, life on install, or Red Mist, which is not what I said. Red Mist is actually an alternate version of Squidward's life on install that provides a little bit more context. The Grieving, which is from Gumball, and one of the creepypasta, one of the tier lists that he's still in the process of making is about the resignation incident, which, not gonna lie, it's turned into my favorite creepypasta, at least one of my favorite creepypastas. Now, basically, the resignation incident is, first and foremost, the guy that wrote it straight up hates the goddamn thing. But basically, the resignation incident talks about this Nickelodeon animator signed to the SpongeBob team that tired of the oppressive workplace in Nickelodeon, decides to ruin the Ultimate SpongeBob Sponge Bash, which was a real event that to celebrate the 10th anniversary of SpongeBob, by hacking by showing kids like disturbing shit, and then of course ending the the hijack with a personal message. And there is two versions made by two versions of the Race Ignition incident, which are basically mockumentaries. I mean, I guess, yeah, they're pretty I guess I can call them mockumentaries that are really well, actually really well done. One is made by Rodrigo Jogos, who's also done other creations, such as another Lost SpongeBob episode, which I don't remember which one it is. It's the bootleg SpongeBob episode. It's a creepypasta called Bootleg, and others that I remember, and the mozzarella sticks, which is my absolute favorite. Basically, both stories, both mockumentaries, or both recreations. How can I say this? There are like they keep the some other details are different. Like, for example, the type of message that Armand Raffle Ramsey, who's the animator who decides to hijack the Nickelodeon signal, is all about, and other things like the episodes that are affected. Basically, the plot structure is exactly the same. They explain the background of what's going on behind the scenes of Nickelodeon. They explain the story of Armand at the company, and then, of course, they end with Armand's message. And they all end with Armand's message. And I honestly prefer the mozzarella sticks version, purely because of the final message. Like, the guy who did who voiced Armand did a fantastic job, and the voice actor that played Armand did a fantastic job. Also, and also the whole documentary has been really well made. The mockumentary is a really well made one. So, other two versions that I watched of the Resignation Incident, I have to say it's the mozzarella sticks one is my favorite one. Hell, even the mozzarella stick one even caps off with a Fox news coverage about the incident. So yeah. That was my, actually been wanting to talk about the Resignation incident for a little while now, and I finally got around to say it. But yeah, in the meantime, there's the Toyota Phil I want to say. Yep. Past them we go. And around the final corner to begin the final lap of the race. One lap to go. 20 seconds behind me and Christian. Between me and Christian. And last... Actually, remember how long the track is. So, never mind. But yeah, as we stated, next up is Austria. And then after that, we go to Japan, Singapore, Australia, Malaysia, and then we go back to Europe for the final two races in Portugal and Valencia. There we go. My tires are definitely shut, yeah. Fortunately, we have still we have a huge gap between me and Christian, so even with the third shot, it's gonna be a problem. Last couple of corners. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to win the race of Hungary.
Awesome, truly awesome. What a win.
And so we win the race of Hungary. Second is Christian. Third is Serge. And then it's Noel, Gray, Ryan, Adrian, Al, Eric, and Linda. Running at the top 10. Nana almost scored a point. And then of course we got Tsubami, Madison, Makoto, Jules, Ren, Rickard, Eli, Kokoro, Phil, Nora, and Nora and Sophia DNF'd. Oh, Sophia DNF'd. Okay. So yeah, that's gonna be a hell of way more points than I thought it was going to be. Of course, Tsubami wins last car for the lead lap cars, and Phil wins last car overall. And now, thumbnail, points, and then the conclusion of the video. So, see you in a bit, folks. And as a result, we increased the gap from Sophia, who even by DNFing still manages to be in second. Serge stays in third, Noel is in fourth, Christian is in fifth. In fact, pretty much nobody has changed positions. Adrian is then sixth, then is Gray, Al, Ryan, Linda, Eric, Nana, Nora, and Madison rounding up the point scorers. And yeah, next up is the final race in Europe before we go on the stretch of Asian races before we go back to Europe for the season finale. So yeah, this has been it for this video. If you liked it, give it a like. If you see more content like this, hit subscribe and click the notification bell to get it when the next video drops. And I have nothing else to say other than see you next video, everybody. This is Alpha, signing out.